Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk a bit about how to draw triangles given certain measures. This one is going to be specifically with angles, so it's going to give us 3 angles and we can make a triangle with that. So first, what we learned last time was that the sum of interior angles, so when I have a triangle and I add all of the angles in it together, so I add those 3 angles together, it will always be 180 degrees. So in this example, it says draw a 50, 60, 70 triangle if possible. That's where this comes in. First thing we're going to do is see, does that even make a triangle, yes or no? So I'm going to add them together. So 50 plus 60 is 110, plus 70 would be 180. So yes, it does make a triangle. That means I can continue on. So you're going to need, a protractor. That's what this guy's called, a protractor. So if you look at it, if I can focus it a little bit better. So it has this line down here, that's the base. It has a hole in the middle, so you can draw a point there. And then we're gonna focus on these inside angles. So the inside one's kind of where this hole is. So first step, I know it looks like a lot of steps, but some of them you're not really like doing anything, you're just kind of adjusting yourself. You're just gonna draw a base. So I'm just gonna draw a straight line on my paper. So you just use the edge of my protractor as a straight line. All right, so step 3, align the end of the base with the center of the protractor. So like I said, there's a hole right here. So I'm gonna take the edge of my base, and I'm gonna align, come on, let's focus. There we go. So there's this black line printed on my protractor. I need to align that with the blue line I've drawn. There we go. It's having a hard time focusing. So the edge of my base goes with the hole. See how here's my blue line, here's the black line. They need to match up. So I have it all aligned. So that was step 3. Step 4, make a point at 50 degrees. So all these numbers inside the protractor are telling me how many degrees that is. So here would be 30 degrees, here's 50, so I'm gonna make a little mark at 50. All right, so step 5, draw a straight line connecting point A here to point B. I'm gonna label that one point B. Here we go. And then label this angle. So I measured this one to be 50. So it's gonna be 50. All right, so step 6, with the line you just made as your new base. So now I'm gonna turn this into my base. I'm gonna turn my paper. I'm gonna align the center of my protractor with point B. Make sure that my protractor line matches the straight line I drew. And then I'm gonna draw a 60-degree angle. So I'm gonna make a point at 60 degrees. So here's 60, I made a point. I'm gonna turn it back this way. Now I'm going to draw a line from point B to this point until it touches this original base. I'm gonna label this angle, it was 60 degrees. So this point where they meet, I'm gonna call C and label it. I know that I did a 50 and 60, so all I'm left with is 70, so I'm just gonna label that 70 degrees. And that's it. We'll do a couple more examples. So example 2, draw a 30, 60, 90 triangle if possible. So first I gotta check if that works. I'm gonna take 30 plus 60 plus 90. 30 plus 60 is 90, plus 90 is 180. So yes, it will make a triangle. So the first thing I do is I draw a base, just a straight line somewhere on my page. Line it up with your protractor, just make a line. I'm going to draw a point at the end of my base, call it point A. Then I'm going to line the center of my protractor up with that point and the straight line I drew. And I'm first going to draw a 30-degree angle. So I'm going to go to 30, make a point, label it B. Oops. Then I'm going to draw a straight line from A to B and label this angle. I made it a 30-degree angle, so I need to label it 30 degrees. Then I'm going to do the same thing, but use this line as my new base. Line up the center of your protractor with the point and the new base. We're going to do a 60-degree angle. Oops. So here's 60. Then I'm going to draw a straight line from point B to this point I made, stopping at the original base, right there. I'm going to label that angle. I made a 60-degree angle. This is point C, and that's my 90-degree angle. All right, I want you to try example 3 on your own. So go ahead, pause the video, and then come back and see if you did it correctly. Right, example 3. I'm gonna start by drawing a base. Label this point A. Line up the center of my protractor with that. Go ahead and draw a 100-degree angle. So go all the way to 100. Label it point B. Draw a straight line from A to B. Label it 100. Oops, this is supposed to be 30. Then using this new line, make a 30-degree angle. I'm going to draw a line from point B through this to the original base. This was a 30-degree angle. This is going to be called point C. That leaves this to be a 50-degree angle. So there you have it. If you want, you can make up some of your own angles on the back and practice a little bit if you need more help. Go ahead, pause, rewind. I know I went through the first one a little fast, but rewind what you need to. And then be ready for the next activity.